YouTube, what is good, man? It's your boy Nick with the Kicks. We back again today with another review. Today we got a little something different, man. I'm gonna be giving y'all my opinions on the current 2017 freshman class list. Now the class, they dropped it like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, man, and of course y'all know it's splurred, hit the internet fast, people giving their opinions. So I've been doing YouTube like as far as like consistently for like maybe a good like year and a half now. I started back in February, so I think I can say that I've had a good like understanding and a good listening to pretty much most of these people. I can't even lie. Even some people that I haven't reviewed, I've still like maybe checked them out, or I check the song out, or I see y'all post something in the comment section and I listen to it, and but sometimes I might not think it's worthy of, you know, a reaction or something, like a full video, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go through the entire list. If y'all haven't seen it, I put it right here. KAMAIYAH, I think that's how you say her name. Boogie with the Hoodie, PNB Rock, XXL Tentacion, Playboi Cardi, MADEINTYO, Amine, or I guess that's how you say it, Ugly God, Kap G, and Cal. Alright, I'm gonna just give my opinions on each artist in its entirety, and then I'm gonna give the entire freshman list, like my actual thoughts on this class, man. Alright, and so let's start off with KAMAIYAH. You know, I've heard like a few songs with her. I think I maybe heard her on Lil Yachty's album, if I'm not mistaken, a song with YG, and you know, she sounded pretty dope, but as far as me, I never really like, you know, like took the time out to listen to her. So as far as her, you know, I can't really say too much of if I think she should be or she shouldn't be on here, because, you know, I hadn't really like completely listened to her, but the actual song that I did hear, that if I can remember right, pretty cool. I think she's kind of like a singer. I can't really say too much about her. Now the rest of these artists, I've listened to them pretty much. Alright, now you got Boogie with the Hoodie. As far as him, you know, I definitely think he deserves it, because Boogie, he was on like a big grind at a certain point in time, like when he dropped his mixtape, and he was like buzzing, like him and Don Q, like they had like a super high buzz. Boogie was all over the place, man. So I definitely think Boogie is a very cool artist, in my opinion. He you know, he kind of got that New York like rap style, and then he throws it like kind of like how Designer does. He still has a New York rap style, but he kind of twists it to make it sound like, you know, it's from like another region. As far as like I said, Boogie with the Hoodie, I definitely think, you know, he deserves it just because of his grind. He kind of basically just came out straight from the underground. He really didn't have any mainstream buzz. He kind of just hit, and then it was just take off from there, man. So shout out to him. Then you got PNB Rock, also another grinder, man, straight out of Philly. I'm so happy that PNB Rock made this, man, because PNB Rock has been grinding and grinding so long, and you know, finally for him to get some recognition as far as hip hop wise, I really think that's good for him. And you know, PNB Rock makes like quality music, in my opinion. I think that's kind of why, I won't say Fetty Wap fell off, but they kind of, in my opinion, they kind of had the same style, but PNB Rock kind of had more of a rap, straight rap slash hip hop style, other than Fetty Wap kind of wanted to sing and rap at the same time, kind of like an old school T-Pain, in my opinion, with Fetty Wap. PNB Rock was just kind of like a different version of him. It was kind of like Vegeta and Goku. You know, they're pretty much the same person, but you know, one has better qualities, but some, you know, inherited better qualities. You know what I mean? It's like, but PNB Rock, like I said, he makes quality music. I definitely think he's a dope artist. He's been on the grind. You know, he's dropped hits after hits. He got, you know, a little bit of mainstream buzz. So just shout out to him. I definitely think he should keep grinding, man. All right, next is XXL Tentacion. We can talk about this dude forever, man. Honestly, you know, as far as if I think he deserves it, I do, because his fan base kind of brought him out to such a point to where like he pretty much got out of jail and he just shot off from there. He did what he wanted. He started touring, got knocked out. He did everything, man. So he was everywhere. His name was everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you know what I'm saying, DJ Academics, everybody, man. He has so much buzz within the little time period that he kind of like, you know, pushed out until like the entire hip hop community that I mean, it's no really, he was probably the hottest artist as far as name buzzing wise on this entire freshman list. So as far as the music that he makes, you know, I think he drops more, I think X drops more trash than quality, and that's just my personal opinion. He has some good songs, but you know, as far as, I think he just appeals to his core fan base, you know what I'm saying? And he got popping, but when he got popping, it was like, you know what I'm saying, of course some people gonna feel him, some people gonna not feel him. You know, I'm still kind of stuck in between X because, pause, no homo, you know, he makes good music, but he makes a lot of trash music as well. So I know some of his fans gonna get at me about that, but you know, I'm honestly just being honest. And if I read some of if you read some of the comments under like his videos, his music, like people say it's horrible, people say it's trash, and then you know other people be like, you just gotta feel X in a certain type of way, you gotta know him. But you know, it's all people's opinions, man, and that's just my personal opinion. I honestly think X makes more trash than quality music. But as far as his run, I think that's pretty much what got him on the freshman list as well. Next, my boy, Playboi Carti. Y'all already know, Playboi Carti, I'm so happy for him, man. He literally came up like out of nothing. Like Playboi Carti at a time, I don't think was even taking rap serious, bro, because he wasn't dropping music. This is the only dude I know other than X that literally his fan base is what gave him his entire buzz, man. At a time, Playboi Carti wasn't dropping no new music, like. And when I first heard of Playboi Carti, this is honestly me, like when I first heard of X, I was like, man, this dude is honestly trash, bro. And I just kept hearing his name. I kept hearing people say Playboi Carti, but I would never hear a song drop. I would never hear a new album. So I went and started listening like to his old songs, and I was like, you know, this dude can, like, even though he kind of got, like, he kind of adopted the little Uzi flow, sort of, kind of, he's kind of a mumble rapper, but like if you go back and listen to some of his old songs, like he really raps. And as far as like, you know, maybe like Holyfield or like Broke Boy or something like that, you know, like he really like put on, like he raps. He don't be playing around on the song. He dropped his mixtape or his debut album, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much the same nowadays, like I say. And honestly, I think it did like almost like what, 40K, like, and that's extremely good for, in my opinion, for Playboi Carti, because he's sort of still underground, but he's kind of mainstream because he has that backing from like A$AP Rocky and Ian Connor. So you know, people be putting him on, and like, you know, you always hear people playing Playboi Carti all the time. Every time I watch a stream or something, people bumping Playboi Carti, Fredo, somebody, you know, everybody, you know, Playboi Carti is just that artist, you know, you just vibe out to, man. Made in Tokyo, honestly, he had a good run. I think his buzz is kind of going down a little bit because he hasn't really dropped another hit. I think he's kind of trying to find that next hit. But his first song, Uber Everywhere, that song literally put on for the entire, like, almost the entire world. Because now, pretty much before then, you know, I had heard of Uber, but I was like, what is Uber? Like, that is stupid. And then I heard him like singing Uber Everywhere, and now literally every time you go to a city, some of the main things that people want to do, they want to hop in an Uber and go somewhere. And it's just, honestly, and I think it's because of him. Song, you know, Uber Everywhere, and then the flow is nice. His flow is nice. He's got a pretty much like a cool flow. And then his brother, 24 Hours, he has like a cool like singing flow. I mess with 24 Hours, even though I don't really review him that much. I don't think he has like a big enough fan base for me to like really like review. Having a big enough fan base kind of is what puts you on, and having fans that really mess with you. And Made in Tokyo, I think he has a core fan base that really, you know, messes with him hard. So you know, shout out to Made in Tokyo. As far as him being on the freshman list, you know, I really could think of some other people, but I honestly think Made in Tokyo, you know, he's had a good run. Definitely deserves to be on this list. That's pretty much my full opinion on him. And the next person is Amine, or whoever that is. I don't even know exactly. I'm guessing it's this dude with the weird hair. I don't know anything. Of course that's him because he has a shirt on. I just realized it. But I don't think I've never heard a song or a hit from him at all. So we might end up having to check him out, man. Alright. So that's pretty much all I can say about that because I don't know anything about him. Ugly Guy, man, shout out to Ugly Guy, bro. You know, he lives in Biloxi, Mississippi. I don't know if y'all know about Biloxi. Like Jackson and Biloxi are like maybe 2 or 3 hours away from each other. So shout out to Ugly Guy, man. Literally, I remember like rapping around. Like, I know y'all know, like I rap, you know, like just here and there, not nothing serious, but I was like rapping around with my friends, man. And we was making songs, and then my homeboy Saeed, he was like, check out this dude Ugly Guy, bro. He had this song called Water, man. And he was like, you know, he be rapping like us. He really don't even be saying nothing, but he just be flowing and just having a good time on the beat. And I listened to it, and like the vibe on Water was like so cool. Like, and he ain't even really saying that. All he doing basically, like I said, he just rapping about water. and then he came out, you know, he like his songs are like so unorthodox, but his beats are so crazy. I think he makes like all his beats and all his production. So definitely thank an artist who works like that. Even though he hasn't dropped his, even though he hadn't dropped the Booty tape, we still waiting on the Booty tape, Ugly God. Still hadn't dropped that, but I honestly think when that drops, that's gonna kind of take him where he needs to be, honestly, man. But big ups to Ugly God. I'm glad to see he made this freshman list. I definitely think he deserves it off top, man, because you know his work ethic, and then you know as far as his music, man, like his music is like, it reminds me of some stuff like that I was trying to rap. That's how I was like trying to rap like as a kid, like over just a pretty cool beat and just saying whatever, man. So next we got Kap G. I think he sings that song Girlfriend, if some of y'all don't know, and he actually dropped a mixtape. Now I actually downloaded his mixtape and I planned on reviewing his mixtape at a time. I kind of listened to it like, you know, just here and there, and you know, there was some okay songs on there, but I don't think it was review worthy in my opinion. He has like a few songs and he just reminds me of like all of the other artists. Like he reminds me like a Lil Lonnie, K-Camp, and then you throw like Kap G in there. It reminds me of so many other artists, you know. It's just nothing really like different with him other than, you know, his rap scheme, his rap style. So as far as him deserving the freshman list, I could have think, of course, I would have probably, instead of him, I honestly would have put Rich the Kid in here. His work ethic is crazy, and we'll get to that towards the end of the video. And then we got Kyle. You know, I've heard of Kyle, but honestly, I've only heard of this dude on one single, and that's the I Spy with Lil Yachty. And honestly, I don't think that song would be hot if it didn't have Lil Yachty's name in it. Not saying that the song is bad, because I actually like the song. I think the song is cool, you know, and I kind of like, you know, he has like a very distinct rap style about him too, like how he kind of words everything when he raps. He says like full entire words, accent kind of like, you know, on the beat. It's kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly sure where he's from, but like I said, I've only heard him have like one hit, honestly, and I really don't know what to say other than that. You know, I haven't heard a project, I haven't heard anything, you know what I'm saying? So as far as this generation, this 2017 generation, freshman class entirety, you know, as far, if I had to give it like 100%, if I had to give it a percent, I would probably, you know, put it like right at like a 76%, like out of 100. It's some key guys on here, but then it's some like, you know, some guys who I know for a fact are gonna like almost like fall off within the next year probably. Is this the worst one? Probably getting close to the worst one. I think, you know, I really can't say, because the one last year was extremely trash, but it's some superstars on the last one. That's why I say like 21 Savage, Lil Uzi, Kodak Black, you know, like they're in my opinion, they're superstars. So will these guys turn out to be, I think, you know, as far as like PNB Rock and you know, A Boogie, Ugly God, and like Playboi, like they've been out, they've been making music, so you know they should have been on the freshman list in my opinion. But the people, like one person that I don't see on this list is Rich the Kid, and I know he had, you know, even Famous Dex too. You know, Rich the Kid and Famous Dex, they had like a very smooth run. It was like a mediocre like Nick Young and D'Angelo Russell or something like that, man. I know Rich the Kid had some run-ins like with XXL, and he was like, you know, they didn't want to put me on there because they was hating, blah blah this, blah blah that. So you know, I wish Rich the Kid could have made it, because Rich the Kid had a very good run, man. It was a time where I was listening to Rich the Kid, like I was messing with him heavy. And you know, he still makes pretty good music, but you know, he kind of just has that wave of like, you know, a lot of people like to hate on him because of, you know, how he does things. But I definitely think he's still a cool artist in my opinion. You know, this freshman class, it's just meh to me. You know, like I said, the only people that I mess with heavy on here is Playboi Carti, Ugly God, maybe PNB Rock, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get in the comment section. I'm gonna leave XXL magazine link in the description just in case y'all want to check it out for yourselves and the full entire article, man. And definitely, I want to hear y'all opinions on my opinions. You know, whatever you got to say, I'm gonna be in the comment section. Head video. Let me know exactly what y'all think about this class. Let me know what y'all think about, you know, the individual artists, and let me know some people that I maybe not be thinking of that should have deserved the list, and people who really don't deserve to be on the list, honestly, man. All right, I'm checking out. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.